you, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Superhero Wednesday. Now, for this week's Superhero Wednesday, it's been a while since we've done a comic book review. Well, I kind of stopped them, I didn't know if people were enjoying them and stuff, and I thought I didn't go out and buy one because the one and only comic book review I did, I went out and I bought one, and I thought I'll buy that just to do a review one. I'm going to dig out an old favourite, one of, not the most popular, one of the most popular, and especially popular over recent times, I reckon, comic book arc storylines, and that is The Killing Joke. I thought I would dig that out because I have an old one here, which I got a while back. Dig it out and I'll just give it another read and then review it for the channel. I think that'd be quite cool. It's a story, it's a character, it was a bunch of characters which extremely popular, a lot of people love, and yeah, why the fuck not? It's a cool story, so let's review it. Importantly, if you do enjoy comic book reviews on the channel, because originally Superhero Wednesday started off as Comic Book Wednesday. Every time I went to the comic book store, I would come home and film what I got from the comic book store. But because I thought, oh, maybe people are a bit bored about just seeing what I buy from the comic, I don't know. And I thought, right, let's start doing comic book reviews, old stories, new stories, characters I don't necessarily like, stories I have read, stories I haven't read. Yeah, let's do The Killing Joke. It seems quite fitting. Yes, The Killing Joke. First of all, it's fucking beautifully illustrated. It's one of the more one of the better comic books to look at visually. It's got some iconic Batman related pictures, and if I can find any, right, like the whole Joker, haha, pictures like that, very iconic and well known towards the Joker and Batman and stuff. Like people could, I've seen that picture before. Same with the cover itself. It's a very iconic picture. Alan Moore did the writing and Brian Bolland did the illustration. It was published in 1988. 1988. Well, that was the first Titan edition. But around that thingy, printed and bound in Canada. This particular one. Yes, the story itself. What's say from the story? Basically, this is an origin story for the Joker. We have the opening shot is really cool. If I show you this. It's Batman making his way to Arkham Asylum to have a conversation with the Joker, and when he arrives we find out that the Joker isn't actually the Joker himself, it's a decoy. He's put someone else there in place of the Joker, and the Joker has got out and he's done some heinous crimes. As to where the Joker's gone, he's got a theme park, an amusement park set up. He's actually making his way to Jim Gordon's house, and Jim Gordon's there with Barbara. Again, if I can find them panels with you, knocks at the door. You know, Jim sat there drinking. Barbara answers the door, and bam, we get the Joker coming in and shooting Barbara, hitting her in the spine. Obviously, we all know that story arc leads into Oracle and stuff like that. And then he ends up taking Jim Gordon to his amusement park so he can like sort of mentally torture him and stuff. And Batman, meanwhile, he's at the Batcave trying to find out where the Joker may have gone. And then he gets this information. But during all this is happening, we get flashback sequences of the origin of the Joker, who he was before he was the Joker. What he was doing, how he became the Joker, and that's the more interesting part of this story. In multiple different versions of the Joker, people have their own theories, their own stories and stuff, but in this particular story, he was an engineer at a chemical plant. At the time, he's got a pregnant wife, he's married and that. He's happy with that aspect, but he wants to be a stand-up comedian, so he leaves his job to go be a comedian, but he fails at that. You know, people laugh at him for the wrong reasons and stuff, and he plays with him. So he's without a job, his dream career hasn't taken off. But he gets involved with some criminals, and they say, right, listen, can you take us through your old job so we can go to the card store next door so we can rob it? It's like, yeah, okay. But whilst he's planned out the job and stuff like that, and they're on the way to the job, I think it's on the way to the job. Regardless, he gets information that his wife has passed away because of a household accident. There was an accident at home and she's dead. And he tries to say, listen, can we not do this? This is bad. I'm not really up for doing it anymore. My wife's passed on, and they're like, no, fuck you, we're still doing it. They rough him up a little bit. They force him into the Red Hood costume, or the helmet, the iconic Red Hood character we all know if you're big fans of the Batman arcs and stories, that is. But then there's a big shootout at the facility. Batman turns up because he's investigating the criminals that the soon-to-be Joker was with. They die, and in an attempt to get away from the Batman, he falls into a big chemical waste machine, like not acid, but it's just chemical waste, like a big drum, which of course gives him the iconic bleached skin, dyed hair. he is now the Joker. He's gone crazy because of how he looks and stuff, so he's gone fucked up and fried. So we keep going between them points, like flashback sequences and stuff. And then throughout that point there, it's more or less the Joker just doing these stories. He's mentally torturing the Joker. We see, oh well, yeah, I've jumped right up, scenes to where Batman's visiting Barbara in hospital. She's like, took my dad. He's absolutely torturing. There's Jim, like he's naked and stuff. They're torturing the life out of him. It's not it doesn't actually state, but it's quite implied heavily in the book itself that the Joker has given Jim Gordon LSD to make him a bit more mental warfare, a bit more mentally torture him. So like I said, from that point, it's then we get revisits of like Batman going back to Arkham and talking to the Penguin and stuff. So yeah, it's a typical I have a hostage, come save the hostage dynamic. There's the flashback sequences of the Joker going mental and stuff, like ha ha, and the Joker. That's not long after he's got out. So yeah, the story itself is nice and short and simple. The Joker has escaped Arkham. He's took Jim Gordon. He shot Barbara. He's torturing Jim. He's like, come on, come get me, Batman. That's the whole story. But in between, the Joker's telling flashbacks to about how he become the Joker. Then we get awesome little scenes and little panels like this of the Joker. Then eventually, obviously, Batman being Batman wins the day. There's a few theories on it, because the final panel, there's just a hell of a lot of heart laughter. The Joker is telling a joke. Right, I'll actually read the joke out. The whole point is like, you know, the killing joke to try and get Batman to smile, to laugh and stuff. The joke is, because towards the end, after they fought, Batman's disarmed him, Joker's on his knees, he's a bit, sorry, right. They said, this reminds me of a joke, and the joke is, it's quite long here, so bear with me. There were these two guys in a lunatic asylum, and one night, and I'm fucking this up already. One night they decided they don't like living in an asylum anymore. They decided they're going to escape. So they get up onto the roof, and there, just across this narrow gap, they see the rooftops of the town stretching away in the moonlight, stretching away to freedom. Now, the first guy, he jumps right across with no problem, but his friend daren't make the leap, you see. You see, he's afraid of falling. So the first guy has an idea. He says, hey, I have my flashlight with me. I'll shine it across the gap between the buildings. You can walk along the beam and join me. But the second guy, so there's an actual stutter, just shakes his head. He says, what? What do you think, I'm crazy? You turned the light off when I was halfway across. And that's the end of the whole punchline. We get ha 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 ha. Oh, do excuse me, ha 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 ha. And then we get an actual smirk, I don't know if you can see it there, of the bat giving a hair. And then it's implied, again, it's not done for thingy, because he cracked the Batman up, the Joker's eventually gone, vanished. There's so many different theories. That the theories is because the Joker made Batman laugh, Batman broke his neck and actually killed him. There's rumours that he just punched him and knocked him out. There's so many different theories, because it's opened up to interpretation. The killing joke, the Joker eventually told a joke which made the Batman laugh, but he also told the joke which could have potentially ended his life, hence the killing joke. It's him dead now. Interpret it as to what you will. You can make up your own ending, whatever you see fit. Like I said, there's so many different theories. Different fans have got what they think it means at the end, and the whole ha ha Batman smirks is that because there is I'll show you again. There is just continuous laughter here, and then eventually just stops, gone. So it is what it is, visuals, but it's an amazing read. It's a great little, because we all love the dynamic between the Bat and the Joker. It's such a fucking unique and awesome, not just comic book relationship, but relationship between two characters ever created. It's a great dynamic. So yeah, visuals, The Killing Joke, it's an awesome read, it's a fun read. You'll see some amazing artwork, some beautiful storytelling, and it's a different take on the origin of the Joker. We got the Joaquin Phoenix Joker film coming out soon, so maybe old fans that have read it before, but read it again before this film comes out. New fans, give it a quick read. Like I said, it's not completely long. You'll smash it off quite quickly. It depends how quick you read. Killing Joke, it's a great fucking read. There's not much I can say about it. It's iconic. It's historic. It's one of the most famous. There's actually an animated film of it. If you don't want to read the comic, I guess you can watch that. It's a great comic book. It gets us. I hate being too optimistic on stuff, but I don't care. It's my channel. I'm doing reviews for shit. It's getting a 10 out of 10. Again, there's no complaints about it. We get to see the sheer mind fuck, head torture, the mind battle of the Joker, the relationship between Batman and the Joker, what Batman were going to do, the iconic scenes of the ha-ha-has, Batman laughing, and well, not so much laughing but smirking at the joke itself. You know, the Joker's made him actually laugh. The pure insanity of the Joker, and we get to see the human side of the Joker before it was the Joker. So it's a great read. Visuals, hope you did enjoy this review. If you don't want another review, you can either request comic books I get and then I can go out and find the graphic novels of them, just the single issues, whatever you want. If you want it again in the future, let me know in the comments below. But apart from that, visuals, go check out Batman the Killing Joker, because then you can watch the animated film. Apparently, this is heavily the film with Joaquin Phoenix is heavily inspired by this, which is cool. If it is, we'll see what happens. And apart from that, visuals, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the support. You guys are the fucking best. And yeah, did you enjoy the review? I felt like the first comic review I ever did was a bit. I was all about Venom, so we'll go to the Joker. So yeah, visuals. Thank you for watching. Keep it on. Let's sing it on.